Let me tell you, you know what? How you know this world is under attack spiritually and physically? You know, a long time ago, remember the elders used to say, "This, the this is the end of days. These are the last days." They've been saying that for so many years, but not realizing that's not exactly what it meant. And then, I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's all I'm gonna say. But I'm really more interested in the taints and take extravaganzas. Don't y'all know the way that y'all conducting yourself in these churches? These young adults that's going to talk to right now, locally, and probably worldwide, but I'm gonna start at home. Don't y'all know that if he don't come in there, he'll send somebody in there, and every demon that's in there will catch on fire? Don't y'all know the things that y'all doing is disgusting? It's degrading of who we are as people. I don't care if you are homosexual. I don't care if you decide that you want to sleep with a woman. I don't care what it is that you decide to do with your body. But what you won't do is contaminate people in church. Now, let me say something. I came up with it. It's called the taint and take extravaganza. And what I will not do is have it. You see, because see, that's my foundation. And before I let somebody come in and crack it, ruin it, spit on it, shit on it, flip it up and rub it down, throw it up, give it to Satan, take it back, put it back in church, you know what? It'll get real ugly spiritually. And then, since y'all bringing it from the spiritual to the physical, we can start there. Because that's one place that you should always feel safe. You should never feel like this. You got to clutch your pearls every time you in church and somebody walk by you. You should never feel like that. And the fact that I recently said I stopped going, you know, that's my foundation. I was raised in the quartet community. Most most singers that I know that turned out to be the biggest superstars in this world, like Whitney Houston, you know, they started out in church. So I started out in church. Not to say I'm big, that I'm just saying that's where most of our roots come from. It's from church. So I started out with the whole quartet community thing, and to go now and to see and feel the energy and the realness and um you know, if it's authentic, if it's, you know, some of these people are excellent singers. Like they I mean, they are excellent. They, you know, the goosebumps, they bring him up, you know. You really feel him speaking through them in the music. See, I'm very a perfectionist. I critique things like that because I take it very seriously. I know for sure that that is a place that I've always, on Sundays, I would go to church, and I knew that when I left there, when I was there on Sundays, I felt good. I was around family, and I felt secure. I didn't feel like I had to clutch my pearls or, uh, you know, worry about any harm. And, you know, to be fair, you know, I mean, not just in the quartet community, but in churches. And when we had that whole incident with um, the guy that went in church and shot up all of the people in the black community. Okay, so it's serious, and I myself take things like that very serious. But that let me know that um, these demonic attacks, these things that are latching on to people, and because for real, I'm gonna tell you something. It's not a selfless act. Well, let's say it's not per se that persons act, act just within them. You know, I don't believe that. Me personally, I don't believe a serial killer is just a serial killer because he was born that way. I believe that the serial killer turns out to be a serial killer because something attacks him, something takes over his flesh. He's no longer, he's a host now for whatever it is, a demonic entity. And that demonic entity probably is a murderer. You know, you never know. I say that to say this: I will not sit back and watch. See, I'm already fighting against the adversarial force and the people that think they can just do what they want to do when they want to do it to people's body. I'm already doing that in my own realm, in my own universe. But what I will not have is me go to places where it's supposed to be safe, in my neighborhoods, and feel unsafe because of people that will not control themselves, that will not keep their gifts intact, that don't know that you're supposed to use those gifts for good and not bad. And maybe they don't know because nobody's ever told them. And I feel that God will hold us responsible and accountable if you know something, or if he has basically enlightened you and woke you up and allowed you to walk in your truth of who you are. Then it's your job to enlighten those that don't know. And if you don't, then he will take you, he will deem you powerless. He will make sure that you don't have nothing, that you won't receive no word. Because see, right now, like I said, I'm fighting it in my own realm. People doing things that they're not supposed to do, but I will not have, and I will not sit back and watch this continue. Like I said, this taint and take extravaganza, it's a problem. And it will be addressed. And guess what? People will be held accountable. Good night.